Hi, welcome back to the WHL show. I love when technology doesn't work in my favor and timing's a little weird. If you're tuning in, sorry about that awkward little pause there before our intro played. Hello and welcome back to the WHL show. Sorry that we're streaming a little bit late this week. There has been some goings-ons behind the scenes, but we're here and we're rocking it. We officially have the 2025 WHL Champions after the playoffs came to a conclusion last week now. Medicine Hat Tigers have won the WHL Championships. They are WHL champions. Congratulations to Medicine Hat, their entire roster, their entire staff.
Mm-hmm.
And also, just kudos and to the Spokane Chiefs for their fantastic run in the playoffs as well. Both teams were absolutely amazing. Medicine Hat came out on top, and here we are. So this week is going to be a bit of a shorter episode. We're going to be covering the finals for Game 3, 4, and 5. Go over playoff MVPs, a little bit of Memorial Cup tidbits and info. And then we're going to cover quick trades and then a Penticton update. And then we'll close out the episode. And we'll be back next week with Memorial Cup updates. Wait, what day is Monday next week? What day of the week? Is it the 1st?
26th?
The 26th. Yeah, because it's Memorial Day. Okay. So we probably won't be live on Monday. It probably will be Tuesday, depending on how scheduling works. But because of Memorial Day, we'll probably respect that. But so just note to follow us on Twitter so that way you could stay up to date for when we go live, because it might be a day late next week as well. Anyway. We are going to go over specific details in terms of the WHL and the Memorial Cup schedule and such. It starts this weekend, and so next weekend on probably the 27th is when we're going to go into updates and give you guys a little catch up on what's going on with that and what the standings are and the results and thus far, etc. And then the week after that, the week after that, we'll have a Memorial Cup champion to cover. Whether or not it's WHL, whether or not it's the Tigers, we will still cover and give you guys updates because the Tigers are a part of that championship. So, yay! Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into recaps of the final games for games 3, 4, and 5. These are the games that took place in between last episode that we did and this episode. So last time we were on game 2, and here we are with game 3, 4, and 5. Last time they were tied, so it was the series was tied. They were on game 2, and now we have the Tigers coming back and winning 3 games in a row to claim the championship final. Starting off with game 3, Medicine Hat won 6-0. Shots on goal were 45-28 for the Tigers. Goals were scored by Hayden Lindstrom, assisted by Weisblatt, Hunter St. Martin, assisted by Lindstrom, Hayden McCann, assisted by Väisänen, Liam Ruck, assisted by Pacheco, and Gordon Carroll. Andrew Basha, assisted by St. Martin, and Bryce Pickford, assisted by Weisblatt and Molendyk. 3 stars of that game were Kaylin Lindstrom, who got first star with 1 goal and a +3 rating. Harris Minigan was second star with a 28 save shutout. And then third star was Andrew Basha with 1 goal and another +3 rating. And then Adrien, if you would go ahead and go over game 4.
Yeah, so game 4, Medicine Hat also won 5-2. The shots on goal were 34-30 Tigers. The goals were Ryder Ritchie with Molendyk and Ward assists, and then there was a Spokane goal from Esnai Sarkinov with a Weinstein assist, and then 2 Bryce Pickford goals, 1 assisted by Molendyk and Weisblatt, and 1 assisted by Molendyk and Basha. And then it was a Liam Ruck goal, assisted by Mark Struck and Bryce Pickford. And then it was another Spokane goal, Shea Van Olm, assisted by Crystal and Catton. And then finally a Hunter St. Martin goal assisted by Jonas Wu. And the 3 stars for that game were Bryce Pickford with 2 goals and assists for first star, then Tanner Molendyk for 3 assists and a +1 second star, and third star Liam Ruck with 1 goal.
Also, just wanted to point out that we are, I should have said this at the start of the episode, sorry. But it is obviously just me and Adrien today. Tanner will hopefully be back next week. But he sends good wishes.
And also, he was the only one who got the bracket right. I was going to talk about that. He's the
Oh,
only
yeah,
one who had
so
Medicine Hat
right.
on the finishing bracket, so he's.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he sends well wishes and a woohoo and go Medicine Hat.
Yes, love. All right. For game 5, which was the championship game, it was in Spokane. Medicine Hat won 4-2. Shots on goals were even with 36-36. Goals were scored by Muhonen, assisted by Newtons, McKenna, assisted by Wu and Ritchie, St. Martin, assisted by Ward and Basha. The Chiefs got 2 goals, scored by Crystal, and the first one was scored by Crystal, assisted by Crampton and Catton. Second one was scored by Sarkanoff, assisted by Aremba and Extra. And then the last Medicine Hat goal, closing out the game, was Pickford, assisted by St. Martin and Wu. The three, as per WHL tradition, when it's the final game of the season or postseason, it is usually the tradition for the final 3 stars to be the overagers of the team, since there's a limit of 3. So it was the Spokane Chiefs 3 stars because it was a Spokane home game. So Braden Crampton got 1st star, Shea Van Elm 2nd, and Rasmus Ekstrom 3rd. So congratulations to them and an amazing WHL career for all 3 of them. And so since it was their final game, and also because it was on home ice, they got the 3 stars there. I honestly think that if they were in Medicine Hat, they probably would have gotten 3 stars there too, just because the Tigers still have games to play in the Memorial Cup. And the Chiefs' season has come to an end. So, as this result, the Medicine Hat Tigers are the 2025 WHL champions. This is their 6th time winning the championship, causing them to now be tied with Kamloops Blazers for most championships in WHL history. Fun fact. We don't have a player of the week this week because of the season is over. So there's no player of the week. But Adrien, if you want to go ahead and tell us who the playoff MVP was in place of the player of the week.
So the playoff MVP was Harrison Menigan. He's a Lightning prospect and had an amazing, inspiring story of backstopping Medicine Hat to its first championship since 2007 after returning to the team days after his dad had passed away on the final day of the regular season. He went 14-1 with 3 shutouts, a 2.32 GAA, and a 0.907 save percentage in 16 games. In 36 regular season games with the Tigers, he went 23-10-1-1 with a 2.5 GAA, a 0.900 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. In Game 1 of the playoffs, he was solid with an emotional 21-save shutout 4-0 win against the Broncos. His second shutout was a 3-0 win against PA. During the series, he had a Game 1 performance of 36 saves, Game 3 and 4 performance of 28 saves, and the final Game 5 performance of 34 saves to seal the deal. He was the 3rd player and goalie in Medicine Hat history to be named playoff MVP. And we also want to point out that during the ceremonies and the winning, instead of the captain Oasis Weisblatt lifting the trophy first, he brought Menigan over to lift it first instead, which I thought was just so good.
That's such good sportsmanship, and just shows how much he cares about him. And that was just a really, really good class act from Oasis Weisblatt. So love that, genuinely. Like, that just shows he's
it was so good.
Got that experience and got to do that. Very much as much as we don't like it to be, very much a storybook kind of playoffs. Like, it's heartbreaking. Breaking and sucks. I mean, wish that it didn't have to happen, but proud of Menigan for playing so well and also for continuing to play even when going through such an emotional hardship. Like, that is really, really tough.
Yeah.
Can you stop? One of my cat's favorite things to do when he's bored is to paw at the box. Like, I just have like a box in here with like old cat food and stuff. He likes to paw it. It's the most annoying thing in the world. So your background noise, that's probably my cat being a nuisance. So yes, congratulations to Menigan, who he has also signed a 3-year entry level contract with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So congratulations. And that is just amazing. He absolutely has deserved it and earned that.
Absolutely.
And oh my gosh, sorry. continue. 1 second.
Yep. Yeah, I'll give it some more things. So, Bryce Pickford now owns the WHL Internet era record for the longest goal streak by a defenseman, with goals in 8 straight games, and the most goals in a single playoff run by a defenseman, 13. He was also made a 2-time WHL champion in this run, as he also won the cup with Seattle.
Yes, he did. Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
my cat found a thumbtack and was trying to eat a thumbtack.
Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
My dumb orange son. Okay. So for the Memorial Cup update, we have the teams who are going to be playing. The hosts, of course, who are the Rimouski Oceanic, the Moncton Wildcats, who are the QMJHL champions. The London Knights are the OHL champs, and then, of course, the Medicine Hat Tigers, who are the WHL champs. London won in 5 games. Had a Game 3 7-5 win, Game 4 6-2 win, a Game 5 5-2 win. Former Saskatoon Blades goalie Austin Elliott made 32 saves and had a .941 save percentage to help bring the championship back to London. Ozzy is only the second WHL goalie to win a championship in the OHL. Excuse me. Which is really cool. The Knights won in the Memorial Cup after last year's loss to the hosts Saginaw Spirit due to a goal and tying second to the third in the championship game. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And then the Moncton Wildcats jumped out to a 3-0 series lead when they won Game 3 4-3. But Rimouski battled back and they ended up winning Game 4 5-1 and Game 5 3-1. But the comeback for Rimouski was halted in Game 6, where Moncton would end up winning 3-2 to win the QMJHL Championship. And even though if the other team had won, if the Oceanic had won, the Wildcats would have still gone to the championships, just because of the way that it worked out. Usually, like, if the host team ends up making it to the championships, the team that they're playing, and like the second place team will still go. That's cool. I wonder if any second place, like if it's ever happened in the like CHL history where the host team ended up winning, and then so the second place team went to the Memorial Cup and then won the cup. I wonder if that's ever happened.
Right?
So watching this knows.
Jesse
Jesse
can figure that out.
Jesse, please. Oh, great. I don't know if you read this off, but the Tigers also gave. Okay, cool. Yeah, Tigers gave Swift 20s the 3 stars in the first round. Perfect. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, and then if you want to go ahead and go over the Memorial Cup format and schedule,
Sure. So the Mem Cup is played in a round-robin format. Each team plays each team to start. After the round-robin, the team with the most amount of points goes straight to the finals, while the team with the least amount of points is eliminated from the tournament. In the case that 2 teams are tied for last, there is a tiebreaker game. Whoever wins the tiebreaker game will go to the semifinals with the second-place team. Whoever wins the semifinals game goes to the final, and obviously whoever wins the final is champion.
Yeah.
And as far as the schedule goes, on the 23rd, it'll be Medicine Hat versus Rimouski. On the 24th, it's Moncton versus London. On the 25th, it's Rimouski versus London. On the 26th, it is Moncton versus Medicine Hat. On the 27th, it is London versus Medicine Hat. On the 28th, it's Rimouski versus Moncton. On the 29th will be the tiebreaker. The 30th, the semifinals. And then June 1st will be the championship game.
Yeah. So basically, stay tuned with us. We will give you guys updates next week and then the week after with updates and points and scores and all that fun stuff. We will keep y'all in the loop on what happens. It's always fun, and it's also known as, and don't argue with me on this, I'm just saying what it's known as. It is known as the hardest trophy to win in all sports. I know that there's other trophies that are also extremely hard, but it's like you have to win the championship for your league and then beat the other champions from the other league, and so it's like really hard to even get into the championship. So a really hard championship to win, a really hard trophy to win. So it's gonna be exciting, and we're looking forward to it. It's also fun seeing teams play each other who haven't played each other before, and seeing those matchups. For transactions over the past week, Prince Albert acquired from Lethbridge a 2028 4th round pick in exchange for Matteo Fabrizi, who is an 05 defenseman from Prince Albert. He's going to Lethbridge. And Lethbridge also acquired a 2026 7th round pick. Penticton acquired the rights to 07 born forward Malachi McKinnon. In exchange, Tri-City acquired a 2029 conditional 4th round pick. Kelowna and Vancouver. Kelowna acquired Madison Leslie, who is an 05 defenseman. Vancouver acquired a 2028 first round pick and a 2026 third round pick. Both are conditional. Leslie is committed to Bowling Green State and the NCAA for his 20-year-old season, which is why both picks are conditional. And we're going to have to wait and see if he comes back to Kelowna to be a part of the Memorial Cup host team, because Kelowna is hosting it next year. So we'll see about that. We'll also give an update about that next week's episode. Because if we have an update by then, we might not.
Yeah.
And then if you want to give the Penticton update, and then we'll be pretty much done.
Yeah. Due to the Chiefs losing Game 5 on Friday, they had until today to give up Penticton a player prospect pick as part of the expansion. They opted to trade 06-born forward Trevor Connolly to the Penticton Vees. Connolly was drafted in the 2024 NHL Draft in the first round, 19th overall by the Vegas Golden Knights. In 7 games with the Knights, AHL affiliate, he gathered 4 points in 23 games with Providence College in the NCAA. He had 13 points, 4 goals, and 9 assists. He was selected 16th overall in the 2021 U.S. Priority Draft by Spokane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, as we said at the beginning, real short. We appreciate you so much for tuning in with us. We're going to have more Memorial Cup updates for you next week. And if any trades go down, we'll also tell you about those. We'll tell you about any news or information that the Dub has released or anything at all. We'll be here. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. Here, I'll go ahead and get our little social medias on the screen so we can shout those out. Follow us on social media on Twitter. Twitter's going to be our main streamline of information and where we go live. So follow us on there. Follow me. Follow Adrien, and then give Tanner a follow because he is also here regularly. And we'll hopefully be back next week. So. Sorry for the cat noises in the background. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in and follow us on all the things, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.